My name's Angela. I've been in this office since about 2014, and I'm going to talk to you about the execution of your estate planning documents. So the number one question I get is, how will you know that I've died? Fun, right? Well, you'd be surprised. There's always someone that has our contact information, whether it's a business card in their wallet or on their fridge, or someone's gone through your paperwork and has found your estate planning document. So they always seem to find a way to let us know. And then the other piece is, if you've actually named someone as a successor in your documents, please give them a copy of it. You'd be surprised how many times I've received a phone call saying, hey, so-and-so died and you're it, you're the trustee. And I'm thinking, I don't know who that is. Can you please give me your documents? So that's really important. So I'll go over a general background. So let's say you pass away, we come in as trustee. What do? Well, we read through your estate planning document. We make sure that we have an idea of what our authority is, an idea of who the beneficiaries are, and what kind of assets you have in your trust. And then we just sort of go from there. So we get a tax ID number. That's really important. Your trust or your estate's gonna have a separate tax ID number than your social security number. We do a mail forward. So we're not sure where your bills are, what vendors we need to pay, what bank accounts you have. So doing a mail forward is a really good way for us to know what we need to go out there and collect and corral. And if you have paperwork in your house, we'll probably go through that as well. That has really good information for us. We'll reach out to your CPA. We'll try to get prior year tax returns. That has a lot of really useful information for us. And then we usually have an attorney that represents us. We have knowledge of the local rules, the local courts. That's pretty important. And then the day-to-day stuff, we pay your bills, reconcile accounts. We work usually with your CPA to get your tax returns finished. We try to keep the vendors that you already had in place still. They have the background, they have the information of who you are. That's really helpful for us. Different types of assets. It's not just bank accounts and brokerage accounts. We've dealt with coins, gold bars, boats, airplanes, airplane hangars, firearms. So we have a lot of background on dealing with different kinds of assets like that. And we also have a lot of really good vendors that help us deal with those assets, whether it's selling them or transferring them over to a beneficiary. In addition to CPAs, we have really good contacts as far as care managers, care agencies, different types of attorneys, because we don't just deal with estate planning attorneys, we deal with family law attorneys, tax law, employment law, and I'm actually dealing with one right now that deals with the unlawful detainer, so we have special attorneys for that. That's really useful for us. A couple of things that come up is dealing with beneficiaries that live out of the country. What do you do? Do you have experience with that? The answer is yes. We've dealt with beneficiaries that have been in lots of different countries all across the globe. Hasn't been an issue. It is helpful to have some way to interpret their emails or their letters, but the internet's a really good method of that. Otherwise, we have a couple of vendors that can maybe translate things for us, but there's always a good workaround, so that hasn't been a problem so far. I've been doing this a long time. This office has been open for a really long time. Richard's been doing this for years. And I will say, every time I think I've seen it all, something new, fun, and exciting comes up. But don't worry, we've always been able to figure things out. We have really good contacts, and if those contacts can't help, they have their own contacts. So we've never had an issue with dealing with a beneficiary or assets or anything like that. We've always been able to figure it out, so don't worry. All right, well, if I haven't answered any questions, you can always reach out to the office. There are 4 people here, and we are well-versed. We've been doing this a long time, and we'd be happy to answer any questions that you have.